You have the power, Havisha, of spinning stories. This was so nice. Like, this was so amazing that you instantly spin such a beautiful story. Now that, hi, how are you? Hi,
Uh,
how are you?
I'm good.
Okay. The background looks really nice.
Thank you.
Most welcome. So, did you go through the document for today?
Yes, I did. It is the
Oh,
topic is bucket list.
yes. I love your hand gestures. Like, totally love your hand gesture. Okay. So, ready to express your point?
Yes,
Okay. All right, Hamish. You can start.
yes. Bucket list is also good for us. It is good for us. It is nice to make a bucket list because it keeps a record of what we want to do and what we will do. It remind whenever we see it reminds us that yes we should do this, and sometimes we achieve it also. A bucket list is some people keep a bucket list and some people don't, but I think that the people who keep a bucket list must be clear about their thoughts, but the people who don't, they can be clear or they cannot even be clear. So
So,
that's
do
all.
you have a bucket list?
No, I don't have a bucket list.
Okay. If you were to put one thing on your priority list, what would it be?
Ma'am, what is the meaning of pratelas?
Priority. Priority. Like, your topmost wanted thing, or what do you really want right now?
I want to wake up early.
Okay. That is good priority. Okay. So, if you were to choose something for your future, what would it be? What do you want to do in your future as priority?
I would like to study well and
Which stream do you want to go in? Like, where do you want to study?
I'm in a school.
Like, what kind of a person do you want to be? Do you want to study medicine, engineering, or what?
I'll study what needs to. Well, I don't know about these all things. I just know we study in school, and after growing, we have to choose that what we have to be, and then we'll become. That's all. After giving an exam, that's all I know.
Okay, okay. And what are your favorite subjects right now?
Right now, I love social science.
Social science.
Yes,
Okay. So, what attracts you in social science? Is it the history? Is it the geography? What attracts you?
among the three parts of social science, I love history because it talks about something which is very old.
So, okay, I'll give you 5 words. You're supposed to make a small story revolving around those 5 people. Okay? Any
Okay.
story. It could be an imaginary story, a magical story, a story including fairies or pixies, right? It could be anything. Okay, so one word is do you know what are elves? Elves.
Yes, they are tiny boy fairies.
So one word is elves. The second word is Santa Claus.
Okay.
The third word is feathers.
Okay.
Feathers, right? Fourth word is glitter. Glitter, right? And the
Okay.
fifth word is okay, coffee. Coffee.
Coffee. Okay. It was about to be Christmas when all the children were very happy. Then suddenly, then at the night, they all waited for Santa Claus, saying that Santa Claus will come. So suddenly, Santa Claus did not come, but they saw an elf, a tiny elf under their bed. They told the elf, "Elf, what are you doing here? Yes, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be there in the sky and come to gift?" Then he told her, "No, I'm just roaming around. I lost my way. I have to. I was living in this house only, under a and in your garden under a hole. So and I have to every day I go to somewhere. I go to out of your house and to another city. There I will meet Santa Claus, and I'll come with him because I have magic feathers because they glitter. They glitter. Generally, feathers don't glitter. So these feathers will glitter. So I have magic feathers. The Santa Claus uh, has lost his reindeers. So I use this magic feather to ride his uh, cart, whatever it is. So
Do you use
so
coffee?
yeah, I'll use later. So so the children told, okay, so but you have to, okay, we'll help you get out of my garden, but you have to answer me some questions. The elf told, okay, let's see what questions you have. The children told that, does Santa Claus have any sofa to sit and watch TV? The elf told no. Then they told that, does Santa Claus drink coffee? Then they told yes, he does. So then all the children told that if he drinks coffee, he must be drinking coffee, and he can. So let him drink coffee first. Till then we stay. So the elf was waiting. The children were also waiting for Santa Claus to finish his coffee. They thought that he was drinking, but really Santa Claus was not drinking coffee. He was drinking tea. Then, then,
Nice
uh,
one.
thank you. Then Santa Claus was drinking tea while the children were waiting. His tea was finished. Till then, the children slept and no one got gifts. Instead, Santa Claus came walking and distributed them gifts.
You have the power, Havisha, of spinning stories. This was so nice. Like, this was so amazing that you instantly spin such a beautiful story. Now that you have a good hold on your grammar, I have told you this before also, you have to start working on using less number of words to say something, right? Very young kids use a lot of sentences to say the same thing, right? But you have a good command on your English. So your job is to connect sentences in order to reduce their number, right? For example, if you want to tell me about the elves, try to tell me in two sentences what you told me in four, right? Right. Okay. So I'll give you three sentences. Combine it for me and tell me what would be one sentence for it. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I have a car. My car does not, my car is not used much. My car keeps standing in the garage. I have a car. My car is not used much. The car keeps standing in the garage. Three sentences. Try to combine it and put it in one.
Okay, I have a car. Mm, I have a car in the garage, but I don't use it much.
Perfect. Perfect. This is it, right? So you understood what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Okay. So do you know of any old story that inspired you? Any story from history that inspires you?
Uh, inspires me about what?
About any lesson that they gave you, any moral that you attained from those stories, maybe wars are bad, or any history story that talked about someone being smart, witty.
Yes, while in the summer vacations at before entering the sixth standard, I would simply go through the pages randomly. So then I saw one story in which a beggar came to some people. He asked food, but the people said, no, we will not be able to give you enough food. Otherwise, there will be not enough for ourselves. Then the beggar said, then you worship the universal soul, right? They told yes. Then
You
he
worship
told
the who, Havisha? Who? Whom do they worship?
universal, universal soul. I don't know what it really means, but yes, I know that it was this
Like
term.
they are saying instead of God, there is some soul out there, and the whole universe has the same soul. Like that is why they're calling it universals.
Okay. So they told yes. So they tell that so the universal soul must be present in me too. So he told yes. So the people told yes. Then the beggar told, so if you don't give food to me, means you're not giving food to the universal soul. Then they gave food, but I only know this happened, but I don't know exactly what this and that because it was a random thing.
Okay, but nice story. Nice story with a nice moral. All right. So okay. So you do have younger siblings, right? You have younger siblings, right?
Yes,
So
I have to.
yes, you have two. Okay, so how do you give them, morals, or how do you try to inspire them? Do you do something nice, anything special?
I don't do anything nice and inspire them. But yes, sometimes in the plays, my sister does something bad, that she cheats or do something. So I say, someone that a devotee doesn't do that because she's fond of becoming a devotee. So I should told that she or
She's
he
fond
doesn't.
of what? She's fond of what?
She's fond of becoming a
Devotee of whom?
devotee of God.
Got it.
So she's a little bit spiritual type. So she told she would do something bad. She's small, so she doesn't understand this all, but yes, she copies. So she does this and that. Then I tell her this, yeah, you don't do this. Then she listens to me, and she doesn't do that sometimes.
Okay. All right. So if you were ever to be a teacher, right? You ever, how would you how would you tell the kids to not lie? What kind of method would you adopt to tell them not to lie? Like, would you straight away tell them, no, don't lie? Or would you tell them any story? Would you tell them something funny?
I would tell them a story and the consequences of telling lie.
Tell what?
I would tell them a story and as well as the consequences of telling lie.
Okay, okay, 1 second. All right. Okay, so, okay. And what consequences would you tell them? What are the consequences of lying?
Yeah, people will not trust you, and you'll become a liar. Then you will always say lies. People will not trust you, and when there will be real trouble, then no one will trust you.
Do you remember any story with this thing? Is there
Yes,
any story? Which story? I can remember it. Can you?
yes, I can. There was a shepherd who would graze cows or goats. Then he would tell lies that someone save me, tiger's coming. Everyone would come, but he would tell lies, so they would come back. Then when a real tiger came, nobody came for help. Then the tiger ate up all his sheep and himself also.
Okay. So let's say I am giving you a dialogue, right? And you have to tell this dialogue to, let's say, one of your friends, right? How would you tell this? Oh my God, it's so hot. Now you are supposed to tell your friend that I said this. How would you do?
That I have to tell my friend that
That
you
this is the dialogue I said.
okay, the heat is scorching.
What?
The heat is scorching.
Okay. The heat is scorching. Okay. What about the oh my God? Are you not going to express that? I shouted, literally shouted, right?
I would shout and say the heat is scorching.
No. But how would you tell her that I shouted when I said this?
You shouted when I. I have to tell her that you said this.
Yes, yes.
Then I'll simply say that, oh my god, the heat is scorching, said I. My madam, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, and if you don't want to repeat the exact dialogue, you don't want to repeat the exact dialogue, like my exact dialogue, then how would you say it? Let's say you just told me that your sister is a devotee, right? And I'll go and tell this to someone. So how would I say it? I'll say Havisha said that her sister is a devotee, right? That is how I'll talk. I'll use that, right?
Okay.
Similarly, if you were to tell your friend, how will you say it? You'll say, my mom said that it was very hot, right? So why I'm telling this to you, Havisha? Because when you are conveying a message, when you convey a message, you kind of do not change the tense, right? If you are telling a story, if you are telling what someone else said, you're supposed to use which tense?
Past tense.
Past tense, right? So we know this, right? You do know this, but you're also supposed to use it, right? So the session will auto cut now. Please work on connectors, all right? Connectors. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Saw your name on my phone, yeah. 3 o'clock in the morning. We've been going and going back and forth cause we don't know better. And I thought we'd be different. Yeah, we were on to some good shit. We keep dancing with the devil, but he doesn't have a back, no. Should be pulling away from the fire. Should go